Welcome back, people of the MVP's Lounge. Your glorious king has returned with great news. Jeff Hardy is still a draw. Yes, I know. Listen, the views going up, comments going up. It's all going up, okay? So I brought Jeff Hardy back into the lounge to talk again about his one last shot at being a WWE or World Heavyweight Champion. Last video, I was glazing, but I never gave you the reason why I was glazing. So we're going to discuss that today. So kick your feet up, grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's get straight into it. Back in the day, when I was just a wee prince, wee youngin', I started watching wrestling around like 04, 05. But at that time, Jeff Hardy wasn't really there. So I only knew of him via the video game SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. And in there, he had the tank top, the armbands, the face paint, the lights, the whole shebang. And I would jump off all kinds of things with him, not knowing that was his gimmick already. I first saw Jeff Hardy around 2006 when he first returned to WWE to confront Edge. And at that time, I was like, wow, this guy looks real different from the way he does in the game. And not knowing me as an idiot, it's like that game was made in like 01 or 02. And this is like 2006. So of course he's going to look different. But dude's got long hair, new attire, more exuberant entrance. And in that first moment, I was like, wow, like I could feel the charisma through my screen. The people loved him. The world loved him. And so did I right there in that moment. Since then, hey, I was just a Jeff Hardy fan through and through. Like he started adding face paint. He started doing more extreme crazy things. I even decided to go back and catch up on multiple Jeff Hardy and Matt Hardy matches and things. And I was like put over the moon with everything they've done. Now, yes, Jeff's mic work was never on the level of his brothers, but he didn't need it because he had that aura. He had the charisma. He was enigmatic. So I was fully invested in Jeff Hardy at this time. Now, after making his return, after being released in 2003, Jeff Hardy was on an expedition of gold looking for singles titles. Now, he pursued most of these going forward, such as the Intercontinental title, United States title, but he really wanted to get the big one, the big WWE Championship. That's the title that eluded him for a while now. You see, back in 2002, he had an infamous match, a ladder match to be exact, with Undertaker, the undisputed champion at the time. And in that great ladder match, he was inches away of reaching immortality as a WWE champion, but he couldn't reach there.
Climb the ladder, kid! Make yourself famous! Please get up, Undertaker! From Jeff!
He couldn't beat the Undertaker, and he was choke slammed off of a ladder as Taker grabbed his title.
Oh my God!
Now, fast forward to where we're at now. It's 2006. He's since been released due to drug use, erratic behavior, but we've gotten through that phase. We've gotten clean, and we've made a return. So IC titles came, United States titles came, even some more tag team gold with his brother, showed up. But we wanted the big one. Unfortunately, problems arise. He had to go through obstacles such as Triple H, such as his own brother, Matt Hardy, even reaching the biggest obstacle of them all, his biggest demon, The Undertaker, once again. But he was able to finally beat him in an Extreme Rules match in 2008. This match put him in place for a chance at the WWE title against Triple H and Edge in a triple threat match. In this great matchup at Armageddon, Jeff Hardy was finally victorious, proving himself to the world that he is worthy of being a WWE champion.
The game sticks to pedigree. Triple H, Hardy.
It was at this point that Jeff Hardy was at the pinnacle of greatness. Yes, some more shortcomings came with more alcohol and drug usage, and shortly after, he lost possession of the WWE title. But Jeff Hardy was not done because he acquired more gold around his waist. The World Heavyweight Championship, the big gold. Hey, that big gold belt is probably one of the best looking belts in history. Like, they need to bring that belt back. The current one they have right now, it's not it. That belt is just beautiful. Look at that thing. My God. But back to it. Around this time, him winning big gold, his biggest feud of all, CM Punk. You see, around this time, I was still a youngin'. I didn't understand fully what was going on when it came in terms of this feud, but I just knew I really hated CM Punk. I'll tell you that right now. CM Punk talked down on Jeff Hardy, on his drug usage, on his demons, and the straight edge life of CM Punk, just the way he just threw that in his face every time. It just, I don't know, man. It just rubbed me the wrong way. And it led up to the point where they had matches at the Great American Bash, at SummerSlam, Night of Champions. These matches, this feud fully defined Jeff Hardy and CM Punk's entire careers going forward. But with more drug and alcohol usage problems happening, his release was imminent. And it came in the form of a steel cage match where the loser left WWE. Now, normally when you see these matches, it's kind of like it's a gimmick, loser leaves, but he'll be back sometime. But no, this was legit. And when Jeff Hardy lost this matchup, it tore a hole directly in the soul of everybody in the crowd and me at home. This was the last time we got to see Jeff Hardy in WWE for a long, long time. But, going in there and all the way up until the point to where his career started to reignite itself, so to speak. He had a lot of resurgences with stuff he did in 2011 and when they went back to the square ring and when they turned him heel. But then you had the Victory Road incident with he showed up intoxicated and not even knowing what's going on. But Jeff has gone through many demonic moments in his life, many traumatizing moments for himself and his peers. But when we got to the Broken Brilliance, that's when things started to re-emerge for the Hardys in general. See, the Matt Hardy came up with this broken gimmick, this broken universe that him and Jeff just started building upon. And when that got so over, they started doing expeditions of gold. They started going to different companies and getting the tag team titles to the point to where eventually the Hardys returned to WWE in 2018 at WrestleMania. What a moment that was for me. At the time, again, I didn't have any cable. I never watched TNA live. So I hadn't seen Jeff Hardy in forever. So most of that Broken Brilliant stuff I caught was like on YouTube or Twitter or whatever. Like I didn't get to see any of these things happen live in full effect. It wasn't until WrestleMania when I got to see my boy Jeff Hardy return in full emergence, full Broken Brilliance. Him and Matt, they won the tag titles and they go on a run of a lifetime in WWE up until the point to where another demonic moment for Jeff happens. The injuries led to the DUIs and so on and so forth. And we know chances have been given to Jeff, many, many, many. But even after his departure in WWE and during the COVID era, I got to see him reemerge again. AEW. See, at the time, I was kind of like on and off with AEW. I never really fully invested myself into the product. It wasn't until around 2022, I believe, when I was starting to get back into the product, and eventually Jeff Hardy showed up to save Matt Hardy. Well, save is a strong word. He kind of danced mid-entrance before he went to save him, but that's just Jeff, classic Jeff. But his time in AEW, it wasn't great. Like, it felt like they were pushing him to do these insane things, which I get. It's Jeff Hardy, Why wouldn't you have him do a Extreme Rules match with Darby Allin? Why wouldn't you have him do these over the top things that got Jeff Hardy over? But he's up there in age now. So having him doing all these wild things wore down his body to the point to where his matches were unrecognizable at this point. Again, more demonic moments came with injuries and eventually his departure from AEW, him and Matt, which now leads to the complete Jeff Hardy that we have now. Because when Jeff and Matt pulled up to TNA once again, the place that pretty much was their Broken Brilliance home spot, they returned. Jeff, since then, has now been 3 years sober, 3 years in a good place. He's gotten in peak shape. He's healthy. He can move at a great pace now. He's hitting his moves at a great pace now. He just looks overall better than he was before, which is great because now it leads me into NXT. Because with this merger they've had now with TNA wrestlers have been able to come over and wrestle a bunch of different people. So the Hardys, who are now TNA World Tag Team Champions, have been able to collide with the likes of NQCC, aka No Quarter Catch Crew. And then they've also been able to collide with Fraxium in a match of greatest tag team in the world against the greatest tag team of all time. And boy, did these two matches that they've had really lighten up the mood in that tag division, really tore the house down for both teams. But now it leads me to my point. Jeff Hardy, 3 years worth now, sober. Entire career, over 4 decades worth of wrestling. Dang near. Man, wow, that's crazy. You know, that's crazy that sounds. That's an insane amount of number. Jeff Hardy, I believe, has a shot, one last shot to be exact, to be a WWE champion or a world heavyweight champion. Because once they're done with their TNA stint, they said they want to retire in WWE. Jeff says he wants a match before he retires against Roman Reigns. He would also love to retire CM Punk. And you know what? Both these things can come true. Jeff coming back over, reigniting the feud with CM Punk. As I said in the last video, it would be poetic for Jeff Hardy to be the one to end CM Punk's career. Jeff Hardy being the charismatic enigma he is now, being able to go face to face with the aura machine known as the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns would also be great. Just that standoff, you know. Two people that took the pinnacle of the crowd to them. They have them in the palm of their hands, no matter what happens. So, my question to you again in this part 2 of One Last Shot for Jeff Hardy. Can Jeff Hardy become a world champion or a WWE champion once again? With all the facts I've told you, I believe he can. I believe he has the ability now. He has the longevity now. He has the purpose now to be a champion again. But again, let me know down in the comment section below what you think. I'm glad I was able to put my boy Jeff over a little bit better this time. But now you know the story. Now you know the history. The question is, have you bought in yet? We'll see you next time. Peace.
On USA, characters welcome.
You must be sleeping under a rock or something.